Polar bears, magnificent creatures. These majestic animals are the true lords of the Arctic, reigning supreme over the frozen wilderness. Their presence is both awe-inspiring and humbling, a testament to the raw power and beauty of nature. They rule the icy landscapes at the top of our world. The Arctic, a vast expanse of ice and snow, is their kingdom. Here, in one of the most extreme environments on Earth, polar bears have carved out a niche for themselves, thriving where few other creatures can. With their powerful bodies and thick white coats, they are perfectly adapted to a life of snow and ice. Their fur, which appears white, is actually translucent and reflects the light, providing excellent camouflage against the snowy backdrop. Beneath this fur, a layer of fat insulates them from the biting cold, allowing them to endure temperatures that would be lethal to most other animals. Join me as we explore the fascinating world of the polar bear. We'll delve into their daily lives, observing their behaviors and interactions. From the playful antics of cubs to the solitary hunts of adults, every aspect of their existence is a marvel of adaptation and survival. We will journey to their frozen home, the Arctic. This remote and inhospitable region is a place of stark beauty, where the ice stretches to the horizon and the silence is broken only by the howling wind. It's a land that challenges all who enter, yet it is here that the polar bear thrives. Discover how they survive the extreme cold and hunt in this challenging environment. Polar bears are expert hunters, relying on their keen sense of smell to locate seals beneath the ice. They can detect a seal's breathing hole from miles away and will wait patiently for hours or even days for their prey to surface. Their powerful limbs and sharp claws make them formidable predators, capable of taking down prey much larger than themselves. The story of the polar bear is a powerful reminder of the beauty and fragility of our planet. As the ice melts due to climate change, their habitat is shrinking, and their future is uncertain. These magnificent creatures are not just symbols of the Arctic, they are indicators of the health of our global environment. By understanding and protecting them, we take a step towards preserving the delicate balance of our world. Imagine a world of ice and snow, stretching as far as the eye can see. This is the Arctic, the polar bear's home. It's a harsh and unforgiving environment with long, dark winters and freezing temperatures. Yet, despite these challenges, life finds a way. The Arctic Ocean teems with seals, fish, and other creatures. These animals form the basis of the Arctic food chain, with the polar bear at the very top. Polar bears are masters of survival in this frozen world. Their thick fur coat, a layer of blubber, keeps them warm even in the most extreme temperatures. Large paws with rough pads and non-retractable claws provide excellent traction on ice and snow. They are powerful swimmers too, thanks to their streamlined bodies and slightly webbed feet. A polar bear can hold its breath for an astonishingly long time, allowing it to hunt seals at breathing holes in the ice. Seals are the polar bear's favorite food. These majestic creatures of the Arctic rely heavily on seals for their survival. The harsh and frigid environment of the Arctic makes it difficult for polar bears to find food, and seals provide the perfect source of nourishment. With their thick blubber and rich meat, seals are an essential part of the polar bear's diet. These blubbery creatures provide the bears with the energy and nutrients they need to survive. Seals are well adapted to the icy waters of the Arctic with their streamlined bodies and thick layers of fat that keep them warm. They spend much of their time in the water, but they also need to come up for air, making them vulnerable to the polar bear's hunting tactics. Polar bears are patient and clever hunters. They have developed a variety of strategies to catch their prey. One of the most common methods is to stalk seals on the ice, using their white fur as camouflage against the snowy landscape. They move slowly and quietly, getting as close as possible before launching a surprise attack. They often wait near breathing holes in the ice, ambushing seals when they come up for air. This method requires immense patience, as a polar bear might wait for hours or even days for a seal to appear. The bear remains still and silent, conserving energy while staying alert for any signs of movement. Their sense of smell is incredible. Polar bears can detect a seal's breathing hole from miles away, even under several feet of compacted snow and ice. This extraordinary sense of smell is crucial for their survival, allowing them to locate their prey in the vast and often featureless Arctic landscape. They can detect a seal's breathing hole from miles away. This ability is particularly important during the winter months when the ice is thick and seals are harder to find. The polar bear's keen sense of smell helps them navigate the frozen wilderness and find the sustenance they need to endure the long, harsh winter. Once they've caught a seal, they use their powerful jaws and sharp teeth to tear through its thick skin and blubber. The polar bear's strong jaws and sharp teeth are perfectly adapted for this task, allowing them to efficiently consume their prey. The energy-rich blubber provides the bears with the calories they need to maintain their body heat and survive in the extreme cold of the Arctic. Section 5. A changing world. The Arctic is changing. The Arctic, one of the most remote and pristine regions on Earth, is undergoing a dramatic transformation. The ice that has defined this landscape for millennia is melting at an unprecedented rate. This change is not just a local issue, it has global implications. The Arctic acts as a cooling system for our planet, and its ice helps to regulate the Earth's temperature. As the ice melts, it contributes to rising sea levels and alters weather patterns around the world. Our planet is warming, and the ice that polar bears depend on is melting at an alarming rate. Polar bears are uniquely adapted to life on the ice. They rely on sea ice to hunt seals, their primary food source. Without this ice, their ability to find food is severely compromised. The melting ice also affects the entire Arctic ecosystem, from tiny plankton to massive whales. Every species in this delicate web of life is feeling the impact of a warming climate. This loss of sea ice makes it harder for polar bears to hunt seals, their primary food source. Seals use the ice to rest and give birth to their pups, and without it, they too are struggling to survive. The entire food chain is being disrupted. Polar bears are spending more energy searching for food, and they are finding less of it. This energy deficit can lead to malnutrition and decreased reproductive rates, further endangering the species. As the ice retreats, polar bears are forced to spend more time on land where food is scarce. On land, they face new challenges and dangers. They may come into contact with human settlements, leading to potential conflicts. The lack of food on land means that polar bears are often forced to scavenge, which can lead to dangerous encounters with other predators or humans. The changing environment is pushing polar bears to their limits. This can lead to starvation and exhaustion, particularly for mothers with cubs to feed. Mother polar bears need to consume large amounts of food to produce milk for their cubs. Without sufficient food, both the mothers and their cubs are at risk. The cubs, who rely entirely on their mothers for nourishment, are particularly vulnerable. The survival of the next generation of polar bears is in jeopardy. The future of the polar bear, once a symbol of the Arctic's strength, is now uncertain. The challenges they face are immense, but there is still hope. Conservation efforts are underway to protect polar bear habitats and mitigate the effects of climate change. By reducing greenhouse gas emissions and supporting sustainable practices, we can help preserve the Arctic and its inhabitants. The fate of the polar bear is a stark reminder of the broader impacts of climate change, and it calls us to action to protect our planet for future generations. The polar bear's plight is a stark reminder of the impact of climate change. These magnificent creatures are losing their home and their ability to survive. It is our responsibility to protect them and their fragile environment. By reducing our carbon footprint and supporting conservation efforts, we can help to ensure that future generations have the opportunity to marvel at the beauty of the polar bear in its natural habitat. Did you know that polar bears aren't actually white? Their fur is made of hollow hairs that reflect light, making them appear white against the snow. Underneath that thick coat, they have black skin, which helps them absorb heat. Polar bear cubs stay with their mothers for around 2 years, learning essential survival skills like hunting and swimming. They are playful animals, often seen sparring and chasing each other across the ice. We can all play a part in protecting polar bears and their Arctic home. By making small changes in our daily lives, we can reduce our impact on the environment and help to combat climate change. Simple actions like using less energy at home, recycling, and choosing sustainable products can make a big difference. We can also support organizations that are working to conserve polar bear populations and protect their habitat. The polar bear is a symbol of the Arctic's beauty and fragility. Its future depends on our actions today. Let us work together to ensure that these magnificent creatures continue to roam the icy landscapes of the North for generations to come. The fate of the polar bear is in our hands. Let us choose to act before it's too late.